Welcome back guys. In this class we're going to study about list, like what are lists and how we use list in our programming in Python language. So basically there are a few points that we should know about the list. So number one is lists are the ordered collection of data. Ordered means that they have a certain order, like they have index. For example, in this, so you can see here these are the indexes, so they are in order like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this is the first item, like 6x is at the 0th index, and then milk is at the first index, flour is at the second index, baking is at the third, and like banana is at the fourth index. So in this way they all are the ordered collection of data. Number second point is data can be of different type. The lists are basically similar to arrays. They perform similarly, but the basic difference between the arrays and list is that array contains a similar data. So array is basically a collection of similar data, but in case of list we can have data from the different data types. Like a single list can contain like strings, integers and floating points, so there is no problem. So this is the biggest advantage of list. Okay guys, in third point, lists are mutable. So what is meant by mutable? They can easily be modified or changed. So we can easily change the list once it has been declared. Like we can change this milk with milk powder. We can change the flour with wheat flour by just placing the index. So there are few methods which we can easily change the values of our already declared list. Let's go to our code editor and check whether the lists are mutable or immutable. Okay guys, now I am in my IDLE shell, and so for that I'm declaring a list. Okay, so which is list1. Okay, now to declare a list we are going to use these curly brackets, because these curly braces are used while declaring a list. And in here you can use different values like hello, and then mango, and then grapes, etc. And okay, so I want to replace this hello with orange. So there are two ways. Number one is list1 and then use here the built-in function which is insert. I'm going to discuss these built-in functions after this point. And so what you have to do right now, first of all, you have to give the index. So this hello is located at the 0th index. So first give here 0 and now give the value, right? So I am giving the value which is orange. And now print the list1 to check whether this works or not. Okay, so I'm getting a name error, name print, and the error is because I have used here capital P. So and I am supposed to use the small p. So print list1. So you can see that we have easily modified our list by replacing this hello with orange, right? So what this insert function did, it has not removed the word hello or the item hello from the list. It has just placed an orange at the 0 index. It has just simply shift the items from their index. So insert function actually do not remove any item from the list. So I forgot that. So I have another method maybe that works in removing the item from the list. So which is like list1 and give here index, which I want to now change this hello from the list and replace any fruit name. And this is at orange is at 0 index and hello is at the first index. So 1 and replace and give the name of your item, which is like fig. Okay, now print here list1 and check whether it has removed the hello from its place or not. So now it has successfully replaced hello with fig, and this is how we can modify the list. So in this example I think you have learned two things. Number one is the built-in insert method. Like the insert method will only insert the item in the list, not remove any item from the list. And same subset operation as strings. So the subset operation of list is quite similar to the strings. So this is the example, and this is how we can define or declare a string. So let's take a random name of list, like I have taken here L1, and then you have to use here square brackets. In strings we just use the double quotations, right? And in list we are using these square brackets, and in there you can add any value from any data type. Okay, now let's move on. And these are some built-in methods of list, like list.append, list.insert, list.remove. So what is the function of append? Add item to the end of the list. So when we use this append function and we have to pass here the item, so it will append that item or add that item in the end of already declared list. So insert function did the same function as append, but the difference is that we can insert any item at any particular position. So therefore we have to pass here two parameters. First is the index and second is the value. We can easily remove file from the list. So we can also pop out any item from the list. And then we have the count function, we have the sort function, we have the reverse function. So all these are built-in functions of or methods of list. So let's jump into our code editor without wasting any time and do all these examples. Okay guys, right now I am in my Python shell, and so I'm going to do some examples of lists in front of you. So first of all, I'm going to declare my list. So my first list is L1, right? And here I'm going to declare my list. So you first have to use the square bracket. So, and then I'm first passing the string hello, right? And now I'm giving here some integer 34, and then some single quote string which is I am new, and then some floating point numbers like 3.144, and then we can also use some complex numbers, so like conjugate or something like that. So right now I'm not using these, so this is our list one. So as you can see here, we have used here strings, integers, floating point, and a string with single quotations. So now let's move on. As we have discussed, like strings are the ordered collection of data, so they have index. So we can get any value from the string by using their index. So like L1, and then we used to use here square bracket, and then we can access any value by using its index. Like this is at the first index 0 and then 1. So I want to get 34, so I'm using here 1, and then L1 is not defined because it is capital L, not single L, not small l. So just repeat it again, L1, and then pass here the index, which is 1. So 34, I'm getting here 34 by just using its index. Okay, now let's do some examples of the built-in function like append or something else. Okay, now I'm going to append any value to this list L1. So L1 dot append, and I'm passing here the value which is 100, right? So this is the value, and now just print L1 again to see whether it is included in the list or not. So L1, so you can see here hello 34, I'm new 3.144, and 100 is added at the end of the list. And you can see here in our original list or the first list, it is not there. 100 is not there. Okay, now let's try some other examples. So now list.remove. Okay, now let's try to remove something. So we have to pass here the value. Okay, so let's do it. L1.remove, and we have to pass the value. So I want to remove this I am new here, so I am new, and now print ln again, L1. So you can see that it has successfully removed this item I am new, which is list.sort and list.reverse. Okay, take another list having the random numbers, so list 2. Okay, now so I'm taking the list 2. So list 2 is going to be an unsorted integer list. Pass here random values of integer like 45, then 100, then 3 2, then 28, then 0, then 13, then 56. Okay, so you can see here this is an unsorted list. So I want to sort the list according to the ascending order. So L2 dot sort, just, and that's it. And now print L2. So you can see that our list is completely sorted without doing anything. 0 to 13, 28, 45, 56 and 100. Let's try the last example of this lecture, which is list dot reverse. This is list dot reverse. So it will reverse all the items. So for that I'm using this list2 and L2 dot reverse. REVERSE reverse, and that's it. Now print L2. So you can see that this reverse function has successfully reversed the order of our list. So it is now starting from 100, 56, 45. So it is starting in an opposite. So it has reversed the order of, it has successfully reversed the order of our list. So your assignment is to try all these built-in functions by yourself, by trying the different examples and do something extra for yourself. So hope to see you in the next lecture.